And all that you are, I see in your eyes. And honestly, love, I give you my life, a beautiful life. This is a declaration, a bearing of my soul. Let's have a conversation.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be fulfilling an ever requested video on how to theme your Instagram, except this is going to be the fall edition. Lately, one of the biggest questions I've been getting on my Instagram is how have I been theming it? What filter am I using? What are my tips and tricks? So I figured I would go ahead and film one of these videos again since I have some updated tips that I'm using this year. And obviously you guys want to see it, otherwise you wouldn't be asking. If you guys aren't following me already, be sure to check out my Twitter and my Instagram. Come check it out. You guys are going to be hearing a lot about my Instagram obviously in this video. I am like full-fledged fall mode on my Instagram right now. That said, before we even dive into this video, let me make a disclaimer that you do not need to theme your Instagram. You don't need to have like a plan or a formula or a filter or a theme, whatever. You don't have to do this. This is just if you want to do this. That said, also, if you do want to theme your Instagram, if you do find this stuff interesting, if you do get a sort of giddiness out of seeing a very nicely displayed feed, then there's also nothing wrong with that too. So if you guys want to know my tips and tricks when it comes to theming your Instagram for the fall time, then just keep watching. Tip number one when it comes to theming your Instagram is come up with your colors. Now you can go from your favorite color, colors that you tend to wear a lot, colors that you tend to be surrounded by, or wherever you tend to take most of your pictures. My colors for my current Instagram theme are like black, white, gray, with a pop of orange. Not just any orange, but like a burnt cinnamon orange. And I like to keep my Instagram theme more blue hued, like a little bit on the cooler temperature side, which makes the oranges pop even more. That said, you guys can choose any colors. You could choose burgundies, army greens, you could choose black, white, and orange for Halloween. You could choose yellow and red and orange for leaves. You could do more warmer tones since it is fall. There's literally an infinite amount of colors you guys could come up with. When you have similar colors popping up in all of your photos, it makes theming your Instagram that much easier. Come up with some colors that you like to wear, some colors that, you know, if you like search through WeHeartIt or Tumblr or other people's Instagrams. And I'll even go as far as wearing like an orange outfit to an event so that I know it's gonna go well on my feed. Yes, I know that's a little crazy, but I love to plan, I love to organize, and I like to, you know, have everything. It sounds weird, but it's just who I am as a person. Tip number two when it comes to theming your Instagram is to come up with your content. What kind of photos do you want to be posting? For me, I like to post fashion, I like to post pictures of my dog, I like to post coffee, I like to post events that I'm going to, I like to post my boyfriend, I like to post my friends. Those are all things that hold very true to who I am and true to my life, but they're also content that I kind of already have in mind when it comes to posting to Instagram. You can literally make this anything. If you are a traveler, if you like really good quotes, you could break up your photos with quotes. If you're into photography, you can go around and find cool like city photography. You could do fashion photography. You could do, there's just an infinite amount of content that you can post to your Instagram. As long as it's authentic to who you are and it's in the form of you expressing your innermost self, as super lame as that sounds, post your life. Spur of the moment, take photos of things that you're enjoying and post that. Which leads me to tip number three, and that is to come up with your formula. This is my favorite part. Last year my formula was way more complicated than this year. It was like overhead shoes, far away photo, overhead shoes. It was like something crazy like that. This year I decided to make it a little bit easier. It's just on and off photos that I'm in them and out of them. So like I said, if you're into quotes, you could make your formula be a photo, a quote. If you're doing colors, you could make your formula have black and white, then non-black and white. You can come up with so many kinds of formulas, and I think that this is the part that even if people use similar filters, even if people have similar content, this can be the thing that differentiates one person from another person. Makeup and food, you could do so many different formulas. So come up with a fun formula for uploading, start posting in that general order, and you'll notice that once you start to look at your Instagram, everything starts to flow a little nicer. Tip number four is to find your filter. I'm gonna post a ton of really great filters down below that are great for autumn. Mine will and forever probably will be HB2. I'm still using the same one. The only difference is I play around with the colors a little bit more. I'll sometimes adjust the exposure, the contrast, highlights, shadows, saturation, temperature, tint, skin tone, and then I fade. So that's a lot of you know, moving things around. But once you do it once, you can actually copy the edits and then paste them on all your other photos. And if you use the same filter and all of the same editing tools on every single photo with a little bit of change based on the lighting of the original photo, then all of your content will look exactly the same on your Instagram. This is going to be the trick that actually brings the theme, because obviously if you're using the formula and the colors, there's going to be a little bit of a theme, but if you're using the exact same filter on every single photo, then your whole Instagram is going to be like a mini portfolio of your life. So I'll write out my exact filter down below, since I know that is a highly asked question that I get. I'm going to be posting a bunch of other filters down below that are great for a fall feed. And another quick tip is you can actually open up Pinterest and type in like fall Instagram themes, and it'll come up with VSCO filters, as well as I think there's a couple other apps that people might use to edit their photos. I obviously use VSCO Cam, and I didn't even mention that. But if you type in on Pinterest like Instagram themes or fall Instagram themes, it'll come up with a bunch of options for you with all the little editing in between. Tip number 5 is to get a planning app. I use the app Unum, U-N-U-M, and this app is free, and that's why I use it. I'm not being sponsored. Nothing in this video is sponsored. And this is actually the hugest trick that I use to make sure that everything is appealing to the eye, because even if you follow all of the other tips, sometimes things can fall off balance. I know it sounds like I'm taking my Instagram very seriously, but I have a lot of fun with it, okay? You can upload all of your photos before they ever see Instagram, and you can check how it's actually going to look on your feed, and setting reminders for yourself to tell you when to post. And it gives you a lot more time to come up with a caption, because we all know how hard it is to come up with a caption on demand. And then last but not least, start posting. Like I mentioned before, even if you're using all these tips, stay authentic to who you are, stay authentic to your life, and do yourself justice by posting what you like and what you want to see, and not what you think anybody else wants to see. Social media can be, you know, this trick where play into believing that our Instagrams and our social medias are a good indication of what our lives are actually like, and they're not. I think if you take it with a grain of salt, if you look at it as a way to express yourself and you have fun with it, but you also stay true and real and knowing that in a way it's all an illusion, then that's the only way you can actually have fun with it without making it a source of your own self-worth. Don't try and be somebody else. Don't try and post what you think people want to see, because that's just gonna, 1, put way too much weight on yourself based on what your Instagram or your social media is, and 2, it's gonna suck all the fun out of it. Have fun with it, be true to yourself, and if all else fails, you know what? Screw all these tips. Don't use any of them, and just post whatever you really do want to post, because at the end of the day, it's not about the life we post, it's about the life that we actually live. So those are all of my tips for theming your Instagram for the fall time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any tips to add, be sure to comment them down below as always. And other than that, I love you guys to the moon and back, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.
I look at you, I see myself, and it always takes me home.